Testing. Yeah, we're all good. We're live.
Hello, everyone.
Yay, and it's all working. Right. Cool. Good morning, Marcus. Good morning, viewers. This is the Untitled Gaming Podcast, coming to you live Sunday morning for Sunday brunch.
Sunday morning brunch, coming at you live.
We're
We're actually live. We're talking to you. It's beautiful.
Yeah, you can talk to us back as well. That's the main thing. If you want to sass us in any way, Marcus. Good.
Indeed. But no, I'm here. I'm Marcus. He's here. He's Callie. This is the show where we talk about some games which we've actually been playing together, which has been nice.
So it was gaming news at one point. Now, do you know what? I've mostly just, this is a nice way for us to hang out and games get involved sometimes now.
Yeah,
and I really appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't look. Games are there, but they don't get involved.
Games are central-ish to my life, but what's most essential is friendship. And
it's true. It's not the games you play, but the friends you make along the way. And that's what's important.
Yeah, but we can actually talk about games because we have been playing games on and off stream.
We've been playing like actual games on stream, out of stream. We're acting like actual friends.
There's people in the on the other side of these screens that just assume we show up and just do content, and for the most part, that's true.
Yeah, to be fair, I do kind of just power down into the next show whenever you call me. Marcus Bot is active. Load dirty jokes. Loading. Cuck.
God damn it, he's stuck on the cuck routine again.
God damn it.
Yeah, but like playing a bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
It's fun. It's really fun.
It is amazing. I say amazing. I mean, like, I'm easily wowed. It is obviously a very kind of old school basic game, but I love it.
It's true. That time we went to the zoo and like I had to pull you away from the turtles in it. You were just there shouting, "These are God's creatures!" Wow! I'm just like, Callie, the turtles, they're cool, but look at them, Marcus. Look at them.
They live in their bodies. They live in their own bodies.
Well, they're actually attached to their own body. But yeah, it's true. That's what I said to you at the time, and I sort of lured you away. I was like, yes, that's fine. But yeah, you did lose your shit over those turtles. Love them. Easily, like I said, easily excitable.
But yeah, with that Shredder's Revenge though, it's got like very high scores on everywhere, which is understandable. But it's good to see something that isn't a 3D open world, super high graphics, fetch quest, bonanza, getting up there, rated with the fetch quest bonanzas.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the context of what it is though. Like, if people don't know what this game is, it's done by Tribute that did the Scott Pilgrim beat 'em up. And if you don't know what beat 'em ups are, they are essentially side-scrolling sort of games, normally with like 2D, sort of 3D interactable backgrounds, and you play a character, and generally it's like a one-button bash.
Yeah, you go left to right, pressing X, and killing everything in your path.
Yeah, and like different enemies will have different things. So you'll have like biker gangs and people with chains and.
You know what, Marcus? I appreciate like the putting in the effort for the viewers that might not know what beat 'em up is, but this is a gaming podcast. If anyone's tuned into a gaming podcast with no idea about what a beat 'em up game is,
some people might not.
Mightn't they not?
It's also too bad. I'm reminding myself. But yeah, myself what a beat 'em up is.
They're they're not really a popular genre anymore, but they were kind of everything back in the
back in
the 90s.
There was a game called Double Dragon, and I got it when my brother was born.
Nice.
As a treat to be like, don't be jealous over this child. Play some Double Dragon, and it was great. I love Double Dragon.
But yeah, like Streets of Rage was always the one I played. I remember still Streets of Rage 2, I think. Always my sister and my cousin. I was too young. I was the third kid essentially, so I didn't get a play. But
if we're teaching the youth about things now youths, there was a thing called arcades. All right, and you would go there, and they would have things called arcade cabinets. And they were big kind of like wardrobes that would have a game in it, and a lot of them were beat 'em ups. In
fact, that's why a lot of games back that have that whole, or used to have that whole life requirement. You lose some 3 lives in Sonic, boom, you need to put in more quarters.
Get those quarters. There was some games designed solely just to wring people of their money. I can't remember what the guy was called, but he like patented cabinets that were deliberately there just to Get the kids to put another quarter in.
Every like
Get another
17th
quarter.
quarter, it just ignores it. So you have to put a following one, but it's 17, so you don't think like, oh, I should complain about this because you haven't noticed. But you're just like, fucking goddamn.
Is that true?
I'm making that up,
is
but that would be
that is a thing.
that genuinely probably is a thing. Like, but yeah, like Streets of Rage. My sister and my cousin always playing that, and they get into the final bad guy, and you've done this whole thing of like just beating up everyone on the route, and then you get to the final guy, and he just pulls out a gun. And I thought that is a that is a final boss for you. Someone who can just shoot you in the head.
Just like knuckle dusters, baseball bats, all along the way. The last boss, clock. Yeah. Just like, I'm gonna clock you, son.
He already has a great thing of like, I can't remember what how he phrased it, but it's basically, do you want to fight me or do you want to not fight me, kind of thing. Like, I don't know how he phrased it, but if you were like, no, we're not gonna fight you, he just sent you back 3 levels. So like the trapdoor opens and you have to fight your way back to him. Like,
wow.
Yeah.
That is some coin eating nonsense.
Are you done pressing X repeatedly? No, go back a few levels and you can press X repeatedly a bit more. But yeah, this was our house. Time. This was Sega Mega Drive, so we weren't popping in quarters.
That's fair.
But yeah, I'm very pleased to see this doing so well in today's modern age of 3D everything. To actually see something that looks like that be really fucking good and fun and not too hard, and learning that not trying to emulate the old coin grabbing systems, and it just actually letting you have fun. Like, yeah,
and there's different modes. Like there's an arcade mode that's a bit harder. Where
does that have the like essentially lives?
Yeah, so your lives, like once your lives are gone, it's gone. So you kind of have to do it in a thing, and maybe if you get certain points, you get extra lives back. I don't know, but yeah, in general, like
just really emulates the arcade. Occasionally you just get a bigger boy that comes and bullies you off the machine. And
pretty much.
But get shouted at by the janitor for making things sticky by putting your cups on them.
Indeed. Well, that was always the fighting cabinets, to be fair. The fighting cabinets always had that dom, like the one person that was just an absolute baller. That would just be there for days.
And what else? We played a bit of Sea of Thieves, so I kind of want to get back on that now. A bit more.
Sea of Thieves, I was really... So, recently I got an Xbox S. Don't know whether I talked about it. I got an Xbox S because people were bugging me to play games, and I was like, fine, I'll get one. And I'll never look back. It's such a cute little console. It's so cute. It's so tiny. It sits perfectly on my side, just having a good time. And with Game Pass, I've got everything I need.
When you say, like, because you don't understand how cute this thing is until you hold one. Look at it. So adorable. It's a precious little baby.
It is a precious little baby. I love it.
Just one hand this thing. You can get pockets big enough that this will go in.
Can you support his head, please?
Sorry.
Thank you.
This is why no one lets me hold their babies.
Exactly.
Drop one baby.
Look, it's such a cute little thing. Just shaking it around.
Look at it.
Look how cute it is. Callie, please.
Please give me my child back. I knew when you said that, and then your cup goes through your mouth, you're like, fuck. Did I already talk about dead babies on a Sunday morning?
Yeah, it's a Sunday morning.
My God's not listening. He's busy in church this morning.
True.
I always love doing this on my partner walk. Anytime I go anywhere and it's a Sunday and it's not busy, like during the COVID, I'm just like, God, everyone must be at church.
Everyone's
really in church today, aren't they?
To be fair, we generally have to plan our day around today with someone being at church. So people still go to church.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. We're waiting for someone to get back from church to do our Father's Day things.
I kind of want to. This is very off topic. But I kind of want to go to a church at some point.
It's Untitled gaming progress, right?
Just
the Untitled bit is us just like going off into the woods, please.
I get really tempted to like rock up to a church and hang out. It seems like a nice meditative area.
Some churches are. Like, I think that the churches my partner's parents go to, or parent goes to, seems pretty chill. They've been very accepting of Eric and so on, so which is good.
And do you ever, like, when you're in a town and you pass the town church there, they've, like, signs outside and some of them are really nice and they're like, you should all support each other and just be good people.
Good ones. Nice. The ones I generally see. Let's see. So we do roleplay on a Sunday. We go to Wuthrup, which is Warhammer Fantasy roleplay, just in case people don't know.
People don't know, because you've said that so many times before I eventually asked. You're like, I've got Wuthrup this afternoon. I'm like, okay, cool, Wuthrup, good. Good.
Because yeah, woof woof. Oh yeah, that.
Everyone knows woof woof. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, everyone's all the kids in the park just like
Throw the ball,
you,
hit him
you
with the
woof,
woof woof bat. Yeah.
yeah, you woof woof and oh yeah, woof woof every day, bro. Oh, it is. But yeah, we've got Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and we drive past this little church on a corner, like on the way to our friend's house, and there's always this picture of like it's basically Buddy Christ. It's just like this little yeah, basically it's like this little 2D Jesus that's shaped like a cross, and he's just like, hey, like that, and I'm just like, hi Jesus, how's it going?
I also used to spend a lot of time in Edinburgh, working and whatnot, and I got really I never did, and I kind of regret it now because I don't go up there anymore. But like just heading into the cathedral one Sunday morning just to see what's up. But it's just such like, I'm sure once you go, you're like, you know, you can just walk through the door. But I feel like I'm gonna get quizzed on the way in. Like there's gonna be a bishop there just going, so like God, dear,
Hello,
and I'll be like,
hello,
I'm
man.
mostly just here
Hope
to vibe,
you're
you
not
know.
one of those homosexuals.
Just don't worry about it. They'll be like, oh, another tourist around here. Doesn't even believe in God, and he wants to come hang out and use our pews, sit on our comfortable wooden stools.
I think that's a bad priest, though.
I'm sure they
like,
don't exist, but that's just what I vibe that's going to happen.
I don't know.
Now.
I think
you reckon?
There's definitely going to be some gatekeeping priests out there. Like, just like someone just like, oh, you haven't played Sea of Thieves in the beginning. What are you, some sort of part-time pirate? Rather than like part-time God botherer? No, I'm God bothering every day.
Yeah.
To be fair, like I constantly have a shifting hierarchy of people that annoy me and get in my way and just cause my brain to have problems. I was about to say, like religious people, way down on the list. I've had some really nice experiences with religious people lately, and I have no problems with religion. I have a problem with organised religion, but in general, faith, all good for you. Do what you want to do. All fine. But Lib Dems currently top of the pile. Right. They keep smashing. So I had it literally yesterday. So they've been consistently smashing on my door, and I mean that literally, like not a knock, not like a kind little boop, boop, boop. Good day. Can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior, Lib Dems, whatever? Fine, good. It's a full-on boof, boof, boof every time, every single one. Very aggressive. And I answer the door, and well, I go to answer the door, and before I answer the door, just one more boof, 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 just to give it that little spice, that little salt to the interaction that I'm about to have. So I open the door, and they're just standing there, and they're like, Mr. Gill, Mr. Puttick, and I'm like, I'm Mr. Gill, and they're like, oh, I'm here to talk to you about Lib Dems. It's like, I know, you've been here 6 times already. I've already told you I'm going to vote for you because I have no other choice. And I have to vote for you so a particular party doesn't get in. I'm not particularly happy about it, but I've got to do what I've got to do. I've already told you. What do you want? And like this, at this point, might sound a bit spicy. You're probably thinking, Marcus, that's a bit spicy. This is the 6th time I've had this conversation. The previous conversation were pretty legit. It's just like, yeah, sure, I'm going to vote for you, but I will let you know that, your party, I have some problems with your party, blah, blah, blah. I would like to see this. Good. That rusts over time, like with each interaction. It gets more spiky. Because I don't know how many times I have to tell you I'm voting for you. And how many times I'm telling you I don't want to put a sign in my window because some drunken Tory will smash it. So I'll rather leave that alone. How many times? And last night, and this is the problem now because I feel like a bit of a monster because last night I had the same thing. I had a boof, boof, boof on the door and I was like, I know who it is. I know who it is. So I answered the door and they go, hello, Mr. Gill. And I was like, I've already, like, before they could speak, I went, I've already told you I'm voting for you. I'm not going to put a thing in the window. Put me on a list that says leave me alone, or I'm gonna phone someone. I don't know who. A contract killer, maybe. I don't know. but somebody. That was a joke, by the way. Allegedly. That was a joke. Yeah, yes. It was live on the internet. But just leave me alone. Why do you keep coming to me like this? And also, what was worth, linking it back to gaming, I was playing For Honor at that time, and I was in a matchmaking scenario, and I was like, okay, I'll have enough time to tell this person to do one and get back on the game. Told him to do one, came back, it kicked me from the game, and For Honor have a very strict policy of ditching games, and I was locked out of the next matchmaking for 13 minutes. Lib Dems literally taking away my gaming time.
Yeah. So really, if you look at the political parties and all the terrible things the Conservatives have done, they might have lost you to their vote now. Just like at least they've not directly affected you by 13 minutes of a game.
Exactly. I keep saying to Eric, like, in a minute I'm going to vote Tory.
And you pushing me to it.
Exactly. And you don't
Blue
know
is the colour.
what that means to me. Like...
You should little cheeky pranks we could do. If they knock around the same kind of location on your door, go out there and just paint it. Paint it next time knock, but the problem is that might get the postman might get pissed off if he does it.
Yeah, I don't want
second option, second option, little swastika. Just put up a little swastika on your door. They ain't gonna come knocking. Like
I know a couple. Actually, you say that, but a couple of Lib Dems would probably fucking love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been avoiding political stuff for a few years now, and it sounds like things have changed. The Lib Dems and Nazis.
No, I'm not saying that.
Allegedly
I'm just saying
Nazis,
that allegedly Nazis. I'm just saying, you know, a couple are full-bred libertarians, and you know they kind of loiter on the edge of it. But yeah, I don't know what to say to these people. I had my first encounter was with an older lady who didn't start off on the right foot. Where she came to the door, she was the first smasher. She smashed 3 times, in fact. Ooh. And then she opened the door and she went, "Hello, are you Marcus?" And I was like, "I am, but I know you're supposed to use my last name, not my first name, because you're not supposed to really know my first name because date it. But whatever, fine, continue." And I was just like, "Yeah, it's Mr. Gill actually." And she was like, "Okay, Marcus." And I was like, "Here we go." And she was like, "Will you be voting Lib Dems?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I don't really have another choice. Like every other vote is basically wasted. I have to vote for you if I want to see any change in Hunton." And she was like, "Well, it is the best choice." And I'm like, "Well, I'm yet to see that because you haven't run here before. You haven't been fair, so I don't know whether you're the best choice. You are literally the only choice." Well, that's some really what did she say? Some really like sort of down language, Marcus. What's the like disappointing language or like sad language sort of thing? And I was like, "Well, no, I'm being literal to you. Like
you've literally never been here. How would I know?
You've literally never been here. You haven't tried this hard before. The only reason you're trying hard now is because our previous MP got kicked out. Well, resigned because he got caught watching quote unquote tractor porn."
Wait, is that your MP?
Yeah, baby, Neil Paris.
What a guy! Vote him in.
Get him in there. I keep saying I would be sad if I was an MP and he went, "Oh, Marcus, check out these tractors," and then showed me porn. I would want to see tractors. I would be really angry. I'd be like, "Neil, you said you were showing me tractors." "Oh yeah, I can't say what it actually is." It's like, "No, I want to see tractors, Neil." Yeah, that was. I'm
mind blown that was your MP. That's great. I don't even know who my MP is, to be honest.
Honiton and Tiverton. As soon as it came on, I was like, "Don't be Neil Parish. Don't be Neil Parish. It's probably Neil Parish, but don't be Neil Parish." And yeah, it was.
See, I don't think I never have anyone come to my door, and I'm in all day. Like about political stuff, I don't see any signs anywhere. Like I don't think is there even a vote?
It's just because it's quite a big. It's the first time that the Tories are genuinely in a risk of being kicked out of Honiton.
I still think they're fine here. I'm in an army town. It's basically it's either going to be the Conservatives or like UKIP. So like I don't imagine there's any other option around my area.
Yeah. That's the other thing I got to experience as well. They haven't knocked on my door, which is good because I don't want them to know where I live. But at least 3 to 4 very far right political groups are popping up. There was like obviously UKIP, BNP is still going strong. There was like For Honor or like Honor UK or
For Honor, the game. They wouldn't make you miss 13 minutes of For Honor.
Exactly. If a Viking knocked on my door, I was like,
For Honor,
For Honor. I'd be like, yeah.
And they're like, what are our policies? Raiding coastal towns. Yes.
We're being more strict on jankers that don't support the ram in breach. I like this. This is good policies. A nerfs to the Shenfu monk because his block pattern is a little bit too tough. But yeah, agreed.
This is a man I can get behind.
This is a man I get behind. Skull. But yeah, just typing on. But yeah, they're high on my list at the moment. Just political botherers, I guess. So God botherers, political botherers.
And that's related to gaming because of the previous story about For Honor. So, you know.
See, I linked it
It's not
back.
been
I
not been
knew, I
15
knew,
minutes of us just chatting about fucking door
uh,
knockers.
I knew, I knew I was going to get there. Right, there was a link.
Right, so I mean the other thing that's kind of been going on since we last talked, obviously we didn't have a gaming pod last week because of we had the Xbox and Bethesda gaming show. And it's been the whole Summer Game Fest with kind of everything.
So many shows. So many shows.
So many there's a lot of games. Like
a lot of games, a lot of shows.
Soon coming games as well. That's what I was kind of like most impressed by. Like because last year we had various shows and it seemed like everything was miles off. This year, all the things they talked about last year, which were miles off, weren't even mentioned because they're still miles off. But
yeah, I think that was a really because PlayStation talked about games that aren't necessarily close. Xbox though, like dedicated it to these are games coming out in the next 12 months. I guess to stop the rhetoric of Xbox got any games.
Yeah, basically. Like that was it last E3 though. They showed a lot of games and it's like everything's probably going to be 2024, 2026 era, you know, like they were so far off. But and yeah, as you say, to be fair, as an Xbox main, like I'm never lost for something to play. Game Pass just keeps feeding me those delicious little nuggets of games. They don't have to be first party. I don't give a shit. I just get to play them for free. That's my main.
No, I've got to admit, like I kind of went into that narrative. I was just like, I don't know what there is to play on Xbox. I wouldn't just play on my PlayStation. Like I don't really know. But actually, there's a few things. Sea of Thieves is definitely worth it.
Yeah. That's not a new game, but I mean, I suppose they keep releasing new content for it. Though,
releasing new content. It's a live service game, right?
Live surface game because of the sea.
Because of the sea. But yeah, it's a game that constantly brings stuff out. In fact, like we can talk about it now, but yeah, the Xbox conference just focused on stuff to make me go, oh, I feel great that I spent 250 quid, and will consistently spend about £10 a month on a streaming service essentially. Like this has made me feel comfortable in my purchasing, and I feel great. Whereas I'm still looking for a PS5, but I've got one in the house. Eric's got one. I play Elden Ring, so and so. I probably would play on it more if it was mine, maybe. But I don't know what I would be playing on it except for Elden Ring. So
yeah, people really who haven't got into the whole Game Pass thing underestimate just how much of a pull that is. Like, if I had
maybe I know PlayStation
it looks
Plus
good
is
actually.
changing.
Yeah, that's not come out to the UK the full thing. I thought the actual PlayStation Plus they already had with the games looked pretty good anyway, to be honest. But yeah, just that pull. Like I say, I have got a PlayStation in the house. It's my partner's. I have tried playing a bit of Elden Ring on it, but knowing that if I want to play some games on there, I'm basically going to be spending a load of cash. Whereas I've got a fucking back catalogue so long of games on Game Pass and various sales I've bought and stuff, and I just can't.
And the variety of it as well is really good. A lot of the games that on there I already have on my Switch. Like Monster Train and a couple other things, like Slay the Spire. Like I wouldn't play that
Monster
on the Xbox.
Sanctuary. I actually bought Monster Sanctuary for Switch after starting it on Xbox because I was like, this seems like the kind of game I want to handhold.
Yeah. But to be able to try it first on Game Pass and go, I like this. I'll spend the money and pick it up in the sale on the Switch.
Yeah,
totally fine.
I'm sure that's their intent as well. I imagine how pissed off they are. I was like, try it on Game Pass, now you can buy it on PlayStation. But it does work like that as well. What I really want, and this is a little diversion, is just speaking of Switch, I'm begging for the day they put Game Pass streaming on Switch. If I could be playing those
cloud
games.
streaming on there.
Yeah, I don't need to do this. I can't imagine they would release the whole thing. That would be killing anyone buying the games on Switch itself. But if they put the Xbox Game Pass cloud streaming on the Switch, I fucking love that.
I would. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think. I obviously put the prediction of Game Pass coming to PlayStation. That's not happening now.
Now you've played a bit,
Well, I think it's more PlayStation might have been in talks with it, but now the fact they're putting so much effort in their own streaming, I think they just want a bit of a streaming war. Going on, which is fine, and it all depends on what they get. I did think that Destiny was coming to Game Pass. I thought Destiny
was on Game Pass.
Oh, is it gone now?
Yeah, I think so. I guess so. I've not checked in a while, but if you've not seen it on there, then yes, I guess so.
It's weird because they bought, well, it hasn't gone through, but they've bought Activision Blizzard. So
that's not Destiny; it's Bungie's Destiny, who PlayStation.
Oh yeah,
bought,
which is PlayStation. So
with that meme-heavy purchase right there.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, it makes sense, frankly, if that will end up on like PlayStation's service. They're looking at. I know one of the things that have kind of been talked about in the news a few weeks ago is their plan to have like 10 new live service games by 2024 and stuff. So
what, PlayStation?
PlayStation. Yeah. So like, which is great. I mean, I hate the whole console war bullshit. Just play stuff, but like the amount of PlayStation kind of fans that are like, yeah, we don't do that kind of game. We're a higher caliber of gamer over here. We play these polished things, and then it's like, live service games all rounds, multiplayer games. But it's good because PlayStation has lacked that multiplayer kind of angle. So
I would argue that also Xbox does, but I'm not a big Halo fan. So
I was more thinking State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Gears of War. You know, all of these things are.
Oh yeah, true.
Big multiplayer online.
Oh, they are big multiplayer. Yeah, I thought more like just like.
But as well, Halo and whatever.
First player Halo. I've been really disappointed.
Yeah, I'm sorry for
that. No, it's fine. I was like, oh yeah, I'll get some nostalgia. I'll jump on, see how it goes, and it feels great. This is the thing. It feels great. The guns feel cool. It feels like really back and forth, but the levels are so lazy. You have so many years of things to pull from, and that's what you pick.
See, if you download the Master Chief Collection, it's got like the multiplayer on there is better because it's got so much already existing stuff it uses still.
But why not like focus? Because obviously they want this to be their live service, you know. Why not take that and put it into Infinite? I don't understand.
Yeah, they're doing a pretty bad job from my understanding. I know a few of the guys on Gina from Untitled. No, that's our podcast. What's it called? Xbox Party Pod Live. Like he plays in, so I get to see his kind of complaints about. Like he's really into it. He likes it. He actually wants it to do well, but even him, he's like he sees it and it's like, come on, guys, give us a little bit more than just 2 fucking new maps after 6 months of. You know, wait and all this, and it's like,
because the map I played, there was like a bridge one with multiple levels with like some jumping, so you got kind of a kill zone in the middle, but one of the King of the Hill places aren't in the right, like in decent spots. That's the other thing with it as well. Like I do like miniature gaming. I've talked about MCP, and I love board design. Like I love board design because boards are really important in that game. So I love level design as well in games. Like that's one thing I absolutely adore.
Yeah.
And it's something and the level design for me is just so lazy.
It's quite an interesting crossover for actually. You know, if you do these war games and tabletop stuff, you would know where things should be, or to like play a good type of game and every kind of
for kill zones and stuff and like different avenues and to promote certain weapons on certain maps,
to naturally guide people without. You know, that's cool. You should what are they called? 343 who run Halo really badly at the moment. Hire Marcus Guild, come and design your maps.
I have no programming, and I can basically draw. I can draw basic shapes, and I can give you ideas.
They just give you a big board and just like Lego, and you can just.
But it's like simple things, right? It's okay. If you want to promote sniper rifles, then you do long open spaces, right? With running barricades for you to kind of hide behind certain things to give the opposite player like that sort of thing. Even put in like a warthog or something, so someone jumps in the warthog, they're going faster, so someone give you a sniper rifle again. Like it's just general things like that if you want to promote, because obviously they have like set weapons for certain levels, and it's like in one level they've got the big mace thing, great, but it's on the one where there's like hardly any corridors. It's all like wide open.
So you can't even get to anyone with your.
So it's just useless. Yeah. It's just pointless it being there. Like, why would you not want to design the level around the things you're putting in? It just seems lazy and wrong decisions. And I felt like when I was playing it, I was just like, maybe I'm being too critical on it. I don't know, but. That's what I want to feel. When
the amount of people who are criticising this makes me think you're probably not wrong. Like I played a little bit of the online multiplayer, but I've got so bad at it these days. I just don't. I don't get enjoyment out of it. Plus, I haven't played.
I've been doing the quick matches, but they've got the grappling hook now, right, in Halo, which is the best thing they've ever added to Halo. Simple as 100%. Like in the campaign, it's so much fun to like.
Grapple, I don't walk anywhere in the campaign.
shoot them in the face, grapple someone else,
Yeah.
punch them. It's just like you're Batman Master Chief, and it's great, and you're having a good time. Just like, yeah. But so have a level where everyone has that. Like, have a mode.
Yeah, there should be
has
grapple mode.
hook.
I'm surprised there isn't. If there isn't,
Why is there not a grapple mode? Everyone has a grappling hook.
I know it's one of the things they're working on is like Forge, which was in the previous games, where people create their own levels, and I think that will be a bit of a game changer when that comes out because people.
Oh, what? So everyone else can do their fucking job for free? Oh yeah, great.
But no, it was great back on on Halo 3 and stuff. That's the last time I had it. Forge was great. You ended up with so much cool variety levels, just interesting ones where like. Throughout the game, just explosive barrels are falling from the sky because people have just layered them.
Well, that's where that's where Griffball came from, right? For Red versus Blue. So,
all right,
they made Griffball in Forge.
But it's just a it is a good system. I know it is getting people to make your game for you, definitely. But fuck it, it's cool.
It is cool. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to play some Halo, and I really want to get into it. My friend's going to go. I know you mentioned it as well, but one of my other friends mentioned about going through all the Halos with me because I've never played them. I think I played 3 with a friend. I haven't played 1. I haven't played 2. I haven't played the rest. So
it's a weird little things. Me and my brother, Krusty from Recharge Wrestling, play these through often on Legendary. Not often. Like we've gone through each of them on Legendary. Yeah. Except 2 where it's because we play on Legendary, but we're not good at the game particularly. So it's like you need if someone dies, you have someone that will be able to get revived on number 2. If one of you dies, both of you restart.
Oh wow!
So that's the only one we couldn't do it on. But then I played it through with my partner when they got an Xbox, and so it's kind of like this rite of passage to play through Gears and Halo just from the start to the end, like on different ones. So yes, I'll happily.
Yeah, Gears I've done. Yeah, Gears I've done many times. Like Gears 1, 2, and 3 I've done. 4.
I prefer Gears to Halo, honestly.
Yeah, Judgment I played, but 4 and 5 I haven't played yet, which is another reason why I got the Xbox. So I can chuck on some Gears.
4's also cool. But 5, I love it. The new character, Kate Diaz. You get to play as her for like a lot of the game. That's not a spoiler or anything, but like she's the main character essentially in that one, and I hope they continue with that in the next because she's just fucking badass.
Cool.
But yeah, no, I'm up for anytime. Though, like
anytime.
This is why I do love it that now a lot of the people's on this whole YouTube squad are, or at least have access to an Xbox. Because it's just easy. It
is the party console. Like I don't want to think that people think they're suddenly sponsored by them or something. But generally,
if you
I'm
want
really impressed with it. It's a good party console. It's good. Like just the ability to jump easily into parties and stuff. Like the PlayStation's quite clunky on that stuff. But yeah, the Xbox so easy just to jump into a party, keep everything going. The apps on the phone is great as well.
Yeah, I've never done parties and stuff on PlayStation, so I don't know how it works. The last PlayStation I properly played was PlayStation 2, so...
Yeah, I don't think before, obviously the Xbox, you just hold down the Xbox button and you link to it. You do that on the PlayStation, but it takes you back. I don't think there's a way to do it while you're playing.
Game. Okay.
Yeah,
that's actually a bit that's one thing I noticed even with the PlayStation 5 stuff. Like if you're transferring a game across from like the hard drive to the internal, you can't do fuck all during that time, and it's like
the Xbox is like pretty rapid. Like you can pretty much do, and also the quick play feature on it, like the Switch has.
Quick resume is amazing. Yeah,
is amazing. Like, yeah, I'd like to say I have it on my Switch, but
I not as good as this. On Switch.
Yeah, like quick resume happens, but if you start another game, it cancels the other game.
Yeah, that mean it doesn't happen? I thought that's kind of the point of quick resume.
Well, a quick resume on like.
Oh, you just mean being able to go into okay.
The game back. But
that happens on PlayStation as well, though, doesn't it? That has like a pause state, I think, for the particular game. I think it does it.
Yeah,
just for
maybe. That game, but on this, to be able to have it for multiple games, like
jumping between games, especially when it's like
if there's a large wait, it's like, oh yeah, I'll do a run of I'll do some Slay the Spire in between, or I'll do some Nobody Saves the World, just like do a dungeon or whatever.
I'll be playing like Dragon Quest Builders 2 on there because I'm a little bit addicted. It's such a good game. But like when
Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it's so good.
No.
Okay, I'll tell you a bit about it in a minute. I did a review on the website. It's one of the first games I reviewed on there. But
sounds like a mobile game, but
it basically is. But yeah, like just if then you want to play Sea of Thieves, I can just jump across that, and then when we're done, hop straight back into where I was playing on Quest Builders. So anyway, Quest Builders, right now,
Quest building.
Have you heard of
Tell me.
Minecraft?
No, what's that?
So it's this block building. It's basically
No,
Lego.
of course
yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard.
But like, it's one of those survival kind of games. But so it kind of takes that, but makes it good and fun. So there is a story going on. It's a very.
I wouldn't slag off the Minecraft community, mate. They will
I like Minecraft. I just like it's a hard. It's hard
they
work.
made it good and fun.
It's hard work.
Minecraft
Thing is with Minecraft,
is neither
right?
good or fun.
With Minecraft, I build myself a little fort and then I have nothing to do. Like that's how it feels. Like I build myself a fort.
I feel like that's just a stunt of your imagination, Bucko.
Potentially. Oh no!
Like,
one of my Minecraft saves, I've got I've fully built some of the different settings from Lord of the Rings in it. Not to the degree where people who have done a good version of it looks, but you know, I built like a train system and it goes through like a Bridge of Moria with like
a version
shit
of Moria
version
that
of...
a proud parent would put on their fridge.
Exactly. Yeah, literally, it's so bad. But like, that's what I've done. I've got Mount Doom with the little entrance with a Zeal'd slight ways didn't throw it in. Anyway, but Dragon Quest builders, that your weapons don't bust. You just have your weapon and you can continue, and your hammer to break stuff. Like, there's no having to repeatedly build new ones because they get damaged. You build your fort place or your farm, and think monsters will occasionally come and attack it. So it's kind of like in a group, like an army. So it kind of feels worthwhile having built it rather than just the occasional exploding twat which ruins your base. And I say there is actually a story. It's a very cheesy, childish story, and I love it. But yeah, it's just really really good. It's like a minimalist version of survival. You don't have to do too much to that. You get to just have fun constructing stuff without having to go, fuck, I broke my good hammer. I have to go make another good hammer. Like,
not a game that I normally would enjoy, and not a game that I would normally play. However, I am going to play one of those games because a game was announced during the Xbox showcase that combines one of my main loves with something I hate, and I want to see whether my main love trumps the thing I hate.
Or it would just become mildly enjoyable for you.
Yeah,
one thing you hate, one thing you love.
I don't know, because I can't remember what it's called. Is it like basically you are a mech farmer.
Oh yeah.
You're in a mech and you do farming. And I love mechs. I'm not so hot on game farming, or exploring. But you can like have a group of 4. There's like a whole world. You have like a drill in your mech, and you like punch at the ground, and then you like shoot seeds via a Gatling gun to like flower beds.
Aggressive farming.
And then you have like a sort of drill bit, like an CNC machine that I would be using at my engineering job. But it would basically move around to the different tool you need, and then like water cannon and water, and then rocket launch some seeds in. I'm kind of adding stuff, but it looked pretty bad. And I was like, you know what?
Should napalm some fertilizer all over the place.
Yeah, and I think you have a gun as well because there's like enemies and stuff. But it reminds me of the Love, Death and Robots episode of the mech farmers, where they have to basically kill zerglings and like live on this like sort of farming planet. It's very cool.
If you're gonna watch it or play it, I'll be playing it alongside you. I'll help you build that farm, bud.
Yeah, I'm just really intrigued about whether my love of mechs will trump the thing I hate. So it's a very interesting scenario of thing. But yeah, we kind of danced around it. But was there anything in the showcases that really jumped out? Like, were there certain themes or
themes? You say themes, sort of like Dead Space, the theme.
Yeah, survival horror, the theme.
Until Xbox showcase, it didn't really have any of that. But like all the others, it was basically just like here's another survival horror in space.
I think that was deliberately a choice because every other place was like so heavy on space survival horror.
And I love it. Like I probably won't play a lot of those games because coward, but I like watching people play them. So yeah, I'm kind of really into that.
Like Callisto Protocol, 100% play. I'm a big Dead Space fan.
That's the thing. I love looking at that game. It's probably too terrifying for me. I'll happily co-stream with you if you want, though, because give me the opportunity to watch it.
Yeah. But no, I'll 100% play that.
There's a new Alien game
as fuck
as well, with that kind of like top-downy shooter perspective. So that could be quite cool.
Yeah, there was the Troy Baker and Frank game. What's it called?
Last of Us?
No, Callisto something.
Is that another spacey horror game?
It's a spacey one, yeah, where they're like trapped in space and they kind of have to survive.
Okay. I'm trying to think what that one was. God, they all just blur together in a series of dark hallways
I
and
don't know. We're
chrome.
going to space, and they're all kind of this like NASA punky
Yeah.
esque.
I'm into it. It's
Um,
literally like my favorite aesthetic or favorite thing is space horror. So like, give
yeah,
me any more of that I can get really.
yeah.
Um,
It was a lot though until Xbox came along and was like, here's a
Happy
good variety
games.
of different
They
games.
do variety super fucking well. That is
They
like,
do variety super well.
and this is the thing with them all coming to Game Pass. You can just give it a shot. If you don't like it, just move on. Try to I'll see if I can find what came out from the actual from the Xbox one because of you know Bethesda.
There was loads of stuff. What's it called? Uh, gun flintlock. Flintlock looked cool.
Yes, it did. Yes. I'm trying to think what the baddies looked like. They were kind of quite generic monsters though, when they like spiky shapes.
No,
Was that
that
not
was
that
the
one?
one. No, it was the one where you play as a black girl, I think, and you have a like fox that you summon,
Oh yes.
and you
Sorry,
have like a
now
fox
you
that you
got my
summon,
interest.
and the enemies were kind of like weird deserty. There was like a giant condor that like had a saddle on it. There was like skeletons and general big armored boys, things like that. It looked pretty good. I like look of Flintlock. Looked interesting. Erebor was the other one, which was
Flintlock, Siege of Dawn, interesting. Uh, Third-person action adventure game. Player wield supernatural powers to reclaim the world from sinister undead army. Yep.
yeah, it looked cool. I liked it. Erebor was another one where it was kind of a cartoony looking world where the villains were robots that were basically shedding light everywhere. It was like a world of darkness sort of thing where they were like thrown in
Oh
shadow,
yeah, that
and
one.
these robots were like putting light everywhere. And they were seen to be the good guys, but this person's like, no, our world has always been this way, like in shadow and stuff, and they've come and they're shedding their light, and I will resist it because the light is a light, and I really like that. I like that concept of this person being like,
The antagonist in someone else's story,
yeah,
essentially.
like yeah, basically like someone
We're
else
trying to
is.
bring light to this planet, but this murderer keeps coming around and killing us.
Yeah, it was like, well, no, she's not a murderer. She's just like, supporting the coach that she had before, and like these robots are coming and
I'm
destroying
going
it.
to take the side of the robots no matter what, aren't I? So
No, I really liked it. It looked
it
cool.
does
It
look
looked
cool, though,
rad.
yeah. Diablo 4, we had words with that about that. I'm optimistic still. Cocoon was that
I'm
one where
fine
they're
now.
jumping in.
Well, I will quickly bring it up because I want to defend myself with it because I know you got a bit prickly and it's fine. The game looks good. I will play the game. I've got no problem with the game. Now that Microsoft has also bought Blizzard, hopefully sort out their issues and move through. Like for someone for something or something someone or something to develop, you have to give them a chance to change. And currently, I've seen no change, but hopefully we'll see some and it'll be good. Because I would like to play Overwatch 2 and not feel like a fucking hypocrite. So that would be good. However, in their trailer, they said we have a robust character engine, a
Sure.
thing, and then just showed you
Two
literally.
people, yes.
No. They showed you the same body type, which I think is the case. Like each of the characters will have the same body type, and you literally just change the color of the character. That is it. That is not a robust character thing, and they chose those words for a reason. For a reason, Callie.
I don't think they. I think they said we've got a robust thing. They probably do, and they showed something in a long trailer, and they showed a woman going from like a white to a black sort of skin colors, and that was it. It was like a punky looking girl, skinny or whatever. But then if you watch the rest of the actual, if you watch the rest of the thing, though, like if you watch the rest of the thing, there was plenty of skinny looking dudes in there. So like Riku's thing of having a twink guy, like I don't know if they showed.
It was the same. It was the same character though. That was just the necromancer that had that body type to begin with. But anyway, yes, we should wait till it comes out and we should
before
see it.
making
However,
such judgments. Yes.
We then jump over to Starfield, right? That go. We have the character system that you adore and love, and then showed a female presenting body in all different sizes. And then all different things, and the same with the male, like up and down.
Yeah, but they had a bigger period of time to show stuff. Like that's a big announcement at the end there.
But they chose the Diablo 4 team chose
What words
the
would you have
word-
used?
Sorry?
What words would you use to describe your character builder if you know it's a decent character builder?
I would. Well, this is the thing. I would use the word robust, but then I would do like Starfield did. It took literally 2 seconds of just showing different body types or whatever, up and down. It wasn't. Yes, they had a longer period, but it was only like 20 seconds, if that, of just a character going.
I just don't think you need to show that necessarily in a trailer.
I also, it's in the context though, because they use those words for a reason. To be like,
I just don't think that reason's
we're
that
we're doing better and we're trying the best, so show it.
I know. I think you're putting like as if that you're putting thoughts into there. You're projecting onto
Maybe-
this because
maybe
I just
I
think
am, but
it's how I would go. I'd go,
unfortunately,
yeah,
as a
look at my robust thing, and I just quickly show it having punk hair
Yeah.
and long hair, and that would be it. I'd be
May-
like, look how robust it is.
Maybe
It's
I
fine.
am, but in the context of a company that's been having the problems which they've been having, there is a different context to them compared to Bethesda, for example, where
I just don't think a robust is that bad a word to use. Like, what could you say? You could go,
It
oh, we
wasn't
got a
robust,
limited.
though. It was literally just paint. It was paint on a different. That's not robust. That's just like,
Robust.
oh yeah, it was like bright brown, black, and blue, or something like that. That was it. And I was like, well, that's not that robust. Robust is being like, to me, being able to like change the character sizes and actually like change the templates where that isn't what was shown.
In this Diablo 4
It
video,
was just shown of, oh, you can go on Microsoft Paint and use the fill thing. It's just like
In this
the
Diablo
fill- it
4
was just
video,
like
I'm gonna be
the
covering
fill
character-
can to fill the character up in different colours. That's all it was.
Yeah, but like, I mean, how much more do you expect them
Well,
to show? Like, I'm impressed
robust.
with like Starfield having a much better one. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, I don't think
Okay.
it's.
I'm gonna Google the meaning of robust.
Can take like tolerance, right? It can be put to its tests.
Okay. Strong and healthy, rigorous. I would say that different paint schemes on the same model over and over again is not rigorous.
No, but it wasn't over. It was literally like a 2-second clip, wasn't it?
Yeah, but there was no again. We'll leave it until it comes out.
Yeah, until it comes
We'll see that way.
There was also
I
an argument
think-
to be made for the fact that this person's having to do a lot of exercise. So how robust can the body type's going to be muscular as fuck, regardless, right?
Well, this is the
Like,
thing. How we well, this
It's
is
not,
the
you're not
thing
you're not
with it.
creating. You're not going to be able to create your own selves like fully. You're playing as a superhero essentially.
That's the other thing with it. If that's the case, then they use the words of "we want you to play the hero you want to see." Well, that's not the case because I want a big chubby barbarian man with like a big belly. I want a Kevin Owens type. That's like world's strongest man type barbarian, kind of like an ogre. Like, whoa. Well, but at the end of the day, that's their character. That's what I want the character to look like. That's fine. Maybe just don't. Just the word robust.
I just don't think that if they had gone
just
like
seems.
there's words that mean more variety than robust. Robust isn't like infinite. That doesn't mean like an infinite variety.
Yeah,
It just means
true.
it's a strongish amount of stuff. I just have a problem with judging a book before it's had a chance to even show its cover.
True, and I will admit there is a bit of that, and I won't be better at it because I want to check.
It's also a game. It's not like the same as like Elder Scrolls or whatever it's called, Space Rim, with like where you actually look at your character. Like you can't.
What are you on about? You look at your character all the time.
Yeah, but it's like
per
that
person.
big on the screen.
Not that big.
It's pretty
it does,
small.
Like, zoom in a bit, like. And also the animations of what your character do. Like, if that was the case, then why the fuck would people grind pretty armor to look nice
'Cause
in
people are
Diablo
dumb.
for all these years? No, I disagree with that. I think the visual aspect. You ask.
Hey,
a lot
look,
of
I'm just
people,
having a
the
look at.
visual
I've
aspects of
got.
Diablo are really important.
I've got the screen of Diablo 4 being played here, right? And now, out of all of the screen thing, maybe 2% of the screen is taken up by your character. The enemies are way bigger. Like, yes, seeing a purple coat on you would be noticeable, but I don't know if it's,
don't
whereas
know.
like
I think-
Skyrim, you are looking at yourself very up close a lot of the time.
I've got some friends that play like Diablo 3 religiously,
Yeah,
like all the seasons, and the
you are
Yeah.
literally 2% of the screen though. You're just having to look through all this. It's not a bad thing. I don't mind not having a. Big
I do like
character.
turning into a bear though.
The big
I
ass
do like the
character.
druids.
They've just got a big chunky looking motherfucker. So
Big,
whatever.
that's a barbarian boy.
Yeah, he's
So,
taking up maybe 3-4% of the screen, so he's bigger than
Oh,
the other
that's good.
ones. But like, Yeah, I don't know. It's just
because what classes we got? We got Necromancer, Barbarian, Elementalist, Druid, and what's the last one?
What am I looking? Skeleton. I don't think these are bad guys.
Rogue is the last one. Yeah.
Is there only 4
The
classes
Rogue,
in this?
5. So Rogue, Necromancer was the 5th and final, which they announced at the Xbox Con.
Yeah,
Rogue, Necromancer, Barbarian, Druid, and whatever I didn't say.
Can you turn into a bear as a druid then?
Yeah.
Nice.
Big bear.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play it. I think it'll be. Wait, is this? Yeah, these are Activision, so this will eventually be something that shows up on Game Pass, I imagine.
I would think so.
Not my kind of game typically. Like grinding anything's not really my kind of thing, but Minecraft.
You played Heretic. Was it Heretic or
Heretic?
What's the Warhammer 40k Diablo? Inquisitor.
Sorry, I got a dog directly behind my thing. Mate, need to check I couldn't roll backwards. I did, but I ain't played much of it. Like, because it is that kind of just like, well, I don't know where the story's going with this. It feels like it's just making me grind. So, like, I didn't play much. I would much rather that be a closer camera shooting things with a bolter, kind of game. But you know, I've had my arguments with Warhammer games before.
We could talk about it again and again. Is there anything from the showcase that you like? That you're like, hell yeah, I'm playing that.
Really into that robust character creator. To be honest, that is my main cup of tea.
You're an asshole.
I am. Yeah, Starfield looked good. I was impressed to see that. Though that's not something I've been particularly. Same as Oblivion. No, same as Elder Scrolls. It is going to be a too big game for my. You know, I'm never going to get through it. But it did look cool. There's one thing I never seen anyone mention, but there was bits in Zero Gravity fighting, like shooting pirates in Zero G, which looked quite cool.
Cool. I love the NASA punk theme.
Yeah, that's the main, isn't it? There's also been a bit of like, I think, controversy in the interview with Todd Howard or whoever afterwards. It's been made clear you're not flying your ship onto a planet, like it transitions automatically, kind of thing. But like, and my first thought was because on like No Man's Sky, that's how you do it. You get in your thing, you fly off, and it's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
As long as they show the whole leaving the planet, I don't mind if I'm not in control of it, because that's frankly, if this is meant to be the kind of you're in a spaceship, you wouldn't be landing that with your fucking steering wheel, would you? That's just not how spaceships work. It's autopilot. So as long as it shows me going up and stuff, and I get to look at the cool planet.
Yeah, the space combat looked pretty good. So
yeah. Wolong, Fallen Dynasty. Is that one that looks like a kind of like a Souls-like Ninja Gaiden-esque thing?
Oh, yeah.
By Team Ninja. So that was quite a cool looking thing. Is that Cocoon? Which was the one with the jumping into the different...
That was done by the team that did Alive and Limbo, right?
Is it actually?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Designer of both, lead gameplay designer. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That
looks awesome because, like, I don't think we've really talked about it, but you're like this weird little bug thing coming out of a cocoon, and you have like these different eggs, and each eggs have a different color. It looks like the color of the egg corresponds to like a world, and you can basically spread out the world to fill in gaps for platforming puzzles.
Yeah, like to me, it looked like it was kind of almost like multi-dimensional. So there's like
so
that same area is got a block there, and then you can dive into the other thing.
Kind of like the Ominous Isles.
Kind of like the Ominous Isles.
Kind of like the Ominous Isles.
Like currently on a hiatus show.
Going around.
Yeah.
Going up. It's coming back.
Yeah, it'll be coming back. I think when any of us have some fucking time, frankly.
Yeah, man. That's the main thing.
Cool looking, that Raven Lock, which was the one that had a sort of vibe of Alice in Wonderland, but by the people that did that 80s fucking game. Hang on.
Oh, you mean the Coraline one? The Alice in Wonderland Coraline.
Yeah, where it's like a hack and slash, and it's got all done in kind of a blocky, pixelated almost look, so that looks pretty sick. What else we got? Now, so one I'm gonna insist at some point we try and play is the Naraka Blade Point. So it's that battle royale swords. Everyone's got cool weapons and stuff. I'm looking forward to playing it for content because I know I'm not going to be good at anything that involves playing against other humans online. But it did look good. Looked impressive. It's like 60 people things. Last case of Benedict Fox.
Oh yeah, it looked great.
Just
looked
some
really cool.
Lovecraftian awesomeness.
Yeah, it looked like a Metrovania sort of game of you picking up different skills, going around. Look cool.
I found that one. Lightyear Frontier is the one, the mech suit farm, by the way.
Lightyear Frontier.
One I didn't understand the hate at people giving on art when we were streaming this is the Minecraft Legends, the like RTS.
Oh, it's because it's seen as a baby game, right? That's why. It's like it's not seen as like an actual game. It's seen as a baby game, which is unfair because Minecraft Dungeons is actually pretty fun.
Minecraft Dungeons is a really good dungeon crawler. Like I played a bit of it because it's one that's really good to play on your phone.
Yeah. It's just because Minecraft is seen as a baby game and only babies play it.
I don't get that. I played Minecraft because I'm a hipster way before it was popular. Like back when it was notch and cost me about £7.
Don't mention his name here.
Is he bad? Is he?
He's a bit of a bad.
He's a diddler. Damn it! They're all diddlers.
No, he's not.
They're all diddlers and Nazis. It's a fucking problem.
That's what happens when you get into computer games, baby.
Roll them dice. Which one are we? Which one are we?
Don't name your cowboys after them. You have to change your name after a bit.
But yeah, that's cool. Like I say, Dungeons was good. Minecraft itself is fine enough. Like as I say, I really want to play Minecraft multiplayer with people because I think you'd have a lot more fun. Because when it's just me and I build myself a base and I'm like, just stood there, king of my fortress.
It depends like what you're doing. Like if it's art, like if you're in there for arts and craft time, you just want to build what you want to build. They're probably like solo. But I think the fact that Minecraft has continued for as long as it did and still
like the best selling game ever,
and
isn't it, or something?
Yeah, like you cannot deny the power of Minecraft. Like
to deny it is foolish.
Live streaming, or like streaming in general and let's plays kind of were from Minecraft. Like Yogg's cast came from that.
I've tried watching people do streaming of it, and like there's some people.
I can't because I'm not a child.
But like I've seen some people play it where they like have like someone that's set them a task, and there's like two people, and they have to both try and do this, and they just sabotage each other, and it's good fun. Then I see people just playing on the Minecraft on their own, and for me it's the most boring thing to watch someone do. But
and there's some like really good modded ones. So there's one where like you're on a whale or something, or you're floating in the sky. You kind of have to build your base out. It's kind of like Raft.
Okay.
But, Raft should come to Xbox Game Pass.
Is it not already?
Don't think so.
Okay.
Raft should 100% come to. I think it's only on PC. I don't think it's on Xbox.
No, I have a feeling it is because I think it's one of the things I've looked at buying before.
Right. If it's on Xbox, then I will buy that. We should play some Raft.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Because there's normally when it's on a sale, I see it cheap and I'm like, would I like this? It's the one where you're on a plane and it crashes, right? And
no, that's the forest you're thinking of.
You're on an island, like it's definitely Raft I'm thinking about.
No, Raft is the one where you just start on a raft. Like you literally start on a raft and you have to you have a grappling hook and you bring up like plastic and stuff from the sea and then you make things. And you
Thank God we left all that plastic in the sea, otherwise that guy would have a real
challenge. It'd be fucked out. And there's a shark that constantly breaks you and you have to stab it with a stick.
Breaks you.
Yeah.
Right.
Your dad's right, you always be a loser, the shark says. And then swims away.
Right, Arc 2. Didn't know. Did it even show? There was a bit of that showing, wasn't there? Vin Diesel's own.
Vin Diesel's own
Arc 2. I love it. Like Arc's an okay game. Like I quite liked it, but the fact that Vin Diesel is just all over this is just fucking hilarious to me.
Oh, family. The
best. Scorn.
Oh yeah, the HR Geiger.
Disturbed Fest. Yeah.
The HR Geiger Castle Wolfenstein old school game. Yeah,
I'll be up for that.
I'll really put some dicks in some butts.
High on Life. We spoke about that one. It's the one that would look like it was the Rick and Morty game.
From Squanch Games. Which is, the Rick and Morty studio.
Yeah, I just assumed it was a Rick and Morty game, to be honest. But
I think it's actually really cool that they haven't gone on.
Just latched onto it for that sake. Yeah, no, I definitely approve. I watched their little interview on the sort of follow-up showcase.
Yeah.
Definitely a good idea because as cool as a Rick and Morty game would be, maybe, but just having that same humor and but
I love what they've done there. It's just like, right, okay, we'll put the character because they've got the adverts, like the Rick and Morty style advert, right? when it's just like, I guess it's something to do was sorted out. Good. Just like which I love, like that sort of hit. And the guns seem cool. They seem like a race of aliens. Called,
They
like,
are,
the
yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Gatlings.
that sounds about right. Remember it
Yeah,
being
and they
named
all
after
do
another
like
gun.
different things. I love Knifey. Hello, my name's Knifey. It's great. Not going to be for everyone, but that's fine.
But again, another great thing about being able to just give it a shot. And then what we got, fucking Redfall as well. Actually looked good. I was not particularly excited about it, like because I thought Left 4 Dead, Back 4 Blood, it's just going to be that but with vampires, and it kind of maybe is, but apparently it's very much something you can play single player, which makes me think it's not so much just that.
I think it's going to be very different because the skills look really interesting. Like the telepath that can put down that elevator.
Yeah, literal elevator to
going
fly
up,
up. Yeah,
and like you get chucked up in the sky to like do combos and stuff off. Is cool. I like the undead hunter. I like the tech person. Yeah, there's some good cool shit.
that'd be definitely something we can
Like
play
a mixture
later on.
of kind of Left 4 Dead meets Overwatch, where it looks like you've kind of got your own powers, right?
Yeah.
So you've got like a skill tree or whatever.
You can actually, apparently as well, all players the same character, so if you all wanted to have a confusing time, you can just dive in there with it.
Because there's different skins and stuff, I guess it wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Then again, I get very confused at the different turtles, and they have very different coloured headbands for that.
To be fair, they are just turtles.
They are just a green...
yeah.
And then there's that Hideo Kojima and non-announcements. What do you reckon? Excited? Fucking loving it? Super fucking jazzed?
Just like on the stream, I said it, and someone, one of my friends who watched the stream said it looked like I was sucking off Kojima. I wasn't. I had a jar, and that jar was me farting into it and sniffing it. that was it. I assume I get it that this image could seem like something else, but I was sniffing a jar of farts.
Not
what Kojima
giant Kojima dick, not that.
No, a giant Kojima dick indeed. But yeah, he, like I said, he's farting in jars and smelling it, and good for him. But you know what? I don't want to partake in that.
I'm okay with it. I don't like his games in particular. Like, sacrilege as this might be, I never really cared for Metal Gear Solid.
I've said it before. I love Death Stranding. I think as a esoteric art piece, it's really good. Like, it's this weird game about connection in a world that's constantly trying to push us apart, and how you have to put effort in to connect us, and it's, you know, it's hard, but I think it's worth it. Like, it's worth connection, and it's worth the path you take, and, you know, things are harder unless you follow someone else's path sometimes, and that's kind of what the co-op. It's interesting. I could talk about it in an esoteric, wanky way.
But what's the story there, Marcus? What's the story? What's the story?
Well, the story is about, so the story is about the US that basically gets fractured by them trying to essentially break death, and it goes wrong, and they fracture.
Break death?
Well, yeah, they tried like immortality kind of thing, and break, and you know, play around with that, and then that fractures our worlds. Where I don't know. You know what? I fully don't know. I have my theories of what I think it is.
Have you played all the way through? Have you smashed it? Have you smashed it out? Have you completed it?
Yeah, I've completed it.
Nice, impressive.
I would play it. Well, it's more of an endurance than
that's
I'll
the thing.
Play it again. The PS5 version, when it comes out, I'll play it again.
I like Hideo Kojima for the balls he's got. That's why I respect about him. I'm always interested to see what he's doing.
It's not about what happened. It's more about what's it about. Like, it is an art piece, really. It's more of an art piece than a game.
Yeah.
And, you know, no one, like, I don't know. It's one of those things like Journey obviously has the argument of, is Journey even a game, or is it just a walking simulator? No, that's a game. Like, that's, you know, there for a reason.
I like those kind of games when they are just kind of walking sim chill, but that's not the same thing with Death Stranding. That actually does have stress involved in it.
True, it's not just like the mechanic, but that's kind of the point of it.
It's also like feels like that. The thing I think difficult. I don't like is you fall over and drop all your boxes and stuff like that. Like, I would happily do a delivery simulator. I've played Lake. That is a delivery simulator, literally. But like, But yeah, no, I'm excited to see. I mean, it's going to be a horror game by the looks of
that
things.
it isn't easy. Like that's the kind of point of it. Again, I'm just going to bore people with wanky magical thinking on a fucking computer game, and no one wants that. But yeah, it's interesting. Is it a good game? No, it is not. It is not a good game. If you want a good gaming experience, don't play it.
Yeah.
But if you want, it just stays with me. Like I think about it a lot, like a lot.
No, fair. I feel like you're being defensive here towards it. I've got no issue with Death Stranding. I think.
Stop calling me a fucking nerd.
Never.
Stop coming at me.
Just having a look at what was announced on the PlayStation 1 as well. See if there's anything worth talking about in there. Marvel's Sons, whatever it's called.
Midnight Suns. Is that PlayStation only? I thought that was on
no, I
Xbox
don't
as well.
think it's not PlayStation only, but it was announced at the
yeah.
or shown off at the PlayStation 1. There wasn't much in PlayStation. Wasn't multiplayer, to be honest.
Yeah. It looked great. I will play
it did look better than I was expecting it to. I was expecting a lot more kind of up.
That's not going to be for everyone though, because that's another
turn-based,
card-based strategy game. So
Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, it looks great. I want it. Give it to me. And that's on Xbox as well. So
it's not on Game Pass unfortunately, but I do kind of want it to try at some point just for that open world. Right, what else we got? Castillo Protocol. Definitely watching you play that or trying to play it myself.
Spooky space zombie game.
It does look fucking disgusting in a great way. My main issue, because I was just sitting there, the thing I don't like about Dead Space is the fact that you have to just shoot things limbs off rather than just shoot them. I know it's a mechanic.
This has a cool graph mechanic though, where you can pick someone up and chuck them into a blender.
Yeah, like telekinetics or whatever, isn't
it? And they look really weird and when they're in the frozen bit, they look cool.
What else? We got that stylish. What's this? Neon white, stylish card-based shooter. That's neon half your thing. It was the one that was first-person shooter, but you had to use cards for guns and stuff.
I did not see this at all. Neon white gun. Oh yeah. I saw this announced at the Switch, Nintendo.
Which file? Forza Elias, I don't know. I'm kind of done talking about these. I'm just looking forward to actually how many are coming out pretty soon.
Forza Elias is the Troy Baker one.
Yeah, I'm gonna recheck that out, rewatch it, because give me that spooky. The problem is when we do these shows and we do them live, trying to hear what's going on when everyone's chatting. Yeah. But then of course, chatting's not a bad thing.
Yeah, Silk Song, the new Hollow Knight Silk Song is coming to Xbox Game Pass, but when it's coming. We've got no fucking idea. There's still no release date for it. So,
yeah, what was the... Let me have a look.
I think it was just shown to tell us that it still fucking exists.
So you don't give up. What about Cuphead as well? That was announced, the DLC for Cuphead.
Yeah, that's taking ages. I have no idea why that's taking so long, because I thought it was finished 6 fucking months ago. Whatever. I sound like an entitled gamer now. Studios take
Entitled Gaming podcast is what this is.
Entitled Gaming podcast. Studios take as long as you want. Crunch is bad. Do what you need to do to get it out. I'll buy it or pick it up or whatever whenever it comes out. So don't worry about it. You're all good.
Trying to see if it's on the list for 2022 or 2023.
It keeps moving. It was on the list for 2021.
Dark Tide, of course, is a game that we're definitely playing.
Oh yeah, I'm being Ogren, baby.
Yeah, I'll be a basic bitch, I imagine.
A basic bitch.
Basic bitch, guardsman. Yeah, that's everything. Looking forward to Castillo Protocol almost more than anything. All those horror space ones, just to see them.
What am I thinking the most of? I got the most pop out of the Sea of Thieves stuff, just because I'm playing it at the moment. So I was just like, yeah, cool. I'll happily quickly jump on something that the community's been asking for the last 4 years.
It really has.
I get it 2 weeks into playing it. I've been playing it
We've been waiting too long for this.
Yeah,
You'll be yelling
2 or 3 weeks, and then suddenly a cool thing comes, and I go, "That's cool." And the community goes, "Fuck yeah, we've been waiting 4 years."
Even though I've not really been on that game for a proper long time, until recently, that is being able to just name your ship. It's been something people.
Well, it looks like you can buy a ship now. You can own a ship. You can customize it up however you want. in regards to your cabin and stuff.
Yeah.
Put your trophies and things in, and I think that does thing whether people can come and fuck your ship up though.
What, and then
But
have to fully repair or buy new, or
not repair, but just
it would be
like
yeah.
it will be difficult to get. Like, because that's one thing. Like that game is very different experiences. I've had some crews I've jumped on and had a great time. Like we haven't talked once. We've been able to interact pretty clearly. We've done a load of forts. Like I got crazy amount of go, crazy amount of reputation, and I had a great time and just saluted these sort of like quick passing friends and gone goodbye friends. I've had a great time. And then I've got like Noob Weed 69 that jumps on, that comes in, eats a bug, vomits in my face, and then climbs on the crow's nest and jumps off and kills himself. And then I never see him again. And I'm just like, all right, fine.
What a piece
I
of
guess
shit.
that was our fleeting moment of friendship. I understand.
You squandered it.
You squandered it. And like others where you'll go and do like a wayfinding mission, which you have like a golden compass and you have to pick up, like dig up certain areas that will give you a piece of a map, which will then link to a key. And then you'll use that key to open up like an Aztec temple sort of thing where you like can loot and do puzzles. So you spend 30, 40 minutes getting everything. And you're like, right, okay, lads, here we go. We're going to go to the place. And then they just disappear. And you're left by yourself. And like the whole reason you did it is because you want more people to get more loot from that Aztec thing.
Yeah.
Or it's a waste of time. Like the whole point of the mission is really the risk and reward of getting loot from the Aztec. Because you can spend 50 minutes for basically a chest and some skulls, which really isn't worth anything. Like the whole time investment is to crack that fucking safe and get those chests out. So when you do that, and you need people for that because you can carry out more things, like you by yourself is bad. So really, one person can do the wayfinder bit, and when you get to the Aztec temple bit, that's when you need people to jump in. But yeah,
that's the perfect part. Why would anyone jump out when you're about to get your reward?
I don't know. They
That's
just don't
nonsense.
like. I don't think people know about it or something because I was just like, they're like, the voyage is done, and like, we'll see you later. And before I can be like, whoa, we've got a monkey key here, Bucko. We got to go to
you
like
think this is
Hollows
for nothing?
Creek.
No.
Yeah, got to go to Hollows Creek and open this bad boy up.
You're always welcome to tell me to jump on because I'll always come on flat like that, snatching the glory right at the end.
Yeah, I've done that.
Don't do any of the work.
I jumped
just
a boat
jump
and
in.
I'm like, right, boys, what's up? And they're like, oh yeah, we just came back from a adventure. And I was like, okay, cool. You doing anything after this? They're like, nah, we're gonna hop off, but by all means, you know,
stick around, get some loot.
Get some loot. And I was like, thank you.
This is the thing as well, by the way. Like, what is good about Sea of Thieves? If you sell a chest, you get 200 quid. So does everyone else on your crew. If you've got an alliance as well, I think they get half that.
Yeah,
so,
they
like,
get half.
Yeah, so like, there's some alliance service. It's a really good way of getting money quickly. People organised to try and all jump on. You get all the ships.
Rival pirate I have met has been like a wasp. They've just been like, boom, boom, like cannonballs everywhere. Like if you sniff near them, they're like, fuck off, get away from me.
This is the thing, right? Like you can't, without fucking the game, you can't have a safe system. So like when it's like, yeah, we'll be your friends, yeah, totally, and then they bomb you later on when you've got the loot, and you're like, well, I guess that's pirates.
Like, I watched some introduction videos, and I was just like, okay, I watched some like tutorial things, and like Falcon Captain, I think I was watching. Like I think he's quite a prolific like Sea of Thieves player, but his one thing is like the game is called Sea of Thieves,
not
like,
Sea of Friends.
Not Sea of Friends. Like
that's like a memeable like line that you probably heard me and Crossy just saying. It's Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Friends. I like Sea of Friends. I want to play Sea of Friends.
We have that's your crew though. Like we are a Sea of Friends. When I was like, okay, Captain Krusty, no problem. Like, it was good fun. I had a lot of fun.
Callie's a bitch, you son of a bitch.
He's an absolute bitch, Captain. Don't listen to that, Callie. He's a squab.
I was playing the other day with Krusty, and we approached like this brig, and thought we'll just try and have a pop, take them on, and they beat us, and we didn't have anything on, so it's fair enough, but we did good damage, and it was unfortunate that the fort was firing us because it broke our wheel. Anyway, later on, saw a what's it called, sloop, two-man ship, doing what looked like one of the new kind of quest things, so I was like, okay, cool, let's make friends with these guys, form an alliance, we'll get some of their cash. Cool, grand. So up at the crow's nest, I've stuck the alliance thing up, I'm saying let's be an alliance. They even said yes at some point, the fort they were at was firing at us, like, and then they fired at us as well. And it's like, well, so anyway, we took them the fuck out. We destroyed them, and they had so much goddamn loot. It was amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had like everything from that fort was already loaded. So we loaded it all
amazing.
up, made a shit ton of cash with half the amount of time that they would have taken to actually do the job.
Good.
And I got a taste then, a taste for blood, a taste for crime.
So I had that happen to me where I was on a sloop. I had just done my first Wayfinder mission to the point where I didn't know how it happened, and I didn't get as much as I should have because I actually got trapped in there and the water filled up, and I didn't know. I had to Google it afterwards because I was like, what just happened? Like, why do I only have like 3 minutes? I don't know, but now I know what they do, and that's fine. But yeah, so I had some loot. I had about 10 chests, about 5 or 6 bounty skulls, and I had some liquids and stuff, and like general like a decent haul.
Yeah.
For like a 2-person thing, and the player like jumped out or disconnected, whatever. So it was just me. So I was coming back, and I saw on my port side, I saw a skeleton ship, and I was like, well, avoiding that, like fucker, because they're horrendous. Even the sloops are like bonkers.
Yeah.
Hard to take down by yourself, and I was like,
oh yeah, one man taking down one
of
those things.
Just no way. So I was like, right, I'll leave it. To my starboard, right, was a fucking player brigand. So I'm like,
turned instantly into the skeleton ship.
Exactly. So I'm just like, well, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll go into the sort of thing, lower my sail, but not lower my anchor, and look like I'm ported up, and so kind of, see whether the brigand will come and have me or not, or go on.
Yeah.
And it kept going on. I was like, okay, cool. It probably doesn't want to fight, then it's fine. So I lifted up my sails, went into the wind, and just went as far as I can, and like past the brigand. And then it sniffed me. And then it was like, oh, I'll have a go. Did a hard break turn, like lowered its things, did a hard break turn. And then it must have had its cannons already loaded. Hit me with a wheel lock.
Oh shit!
Like,
these are some pro pirates. These are professional pirates.
This is a pro pirate.
This is some Tim Curry level pirate right here.
Hit me with a wheel lock. So I was just stuck in one way, and I was heading towards like a rock bit as well. And I don't know whether it was just lucky or whatever, guessed it. Hit me with a wheel lock, and I was like, "Fuck!" Got hit with a wheel lock, and then the chain mast as well also hit me with that, and then just cannonball. I was done in like 2 minutes. It was horrendous. It was horrible because I was like basically just wheel locked, smashed into this rock, and then it was just directly by me, broadside, and just boom, boom, boom.
It takes no time to go down, does it?
But it felt amazing. Like it was one of those things. It was like, all right, all my time wasted, but it gave me some sort of joy. Like I'm still angry about it, of course, but it gave me some sort of thing, and I've never had that from a game before. And there's just like absolute like that weird relationship between you and the game. It's great.
It is a fully random experience. You are at the behest
Untitled
of other
Game
people.
Podcast is not sponsored by Sea of Thieves.
Well,
however,
might as well be.
Might as well be because arr.
But yeah, just that kind of experience. Like when I was playing the other day, we'd sunk this sloop, or we were sinking the sloop, whatever, or getting the loot from it, and like there was a brig on the horizon, so we were like, shit, is that guy that took us down earlier? Anyway, as he was coming towards, fucking tentacles come up either side of him, and like, yes, you've been got by the Kraken.
You just got Kraken.
So at least I'm pretty sure they would have survived it, but it gave us enough time to do what we needed to do. Pro tip: if you're running from a brig or whatnot, obviously it doesn't. If you get hit by one of those balls, you're fucked. But just go into the wind; you can outrun them.
Yeah.
If you go directly into it, but
because sloops are faster. But,
yeah. On the direct.
Yeah, and like I said, they hit me like they were so pro. It was like this hard turn, like they knew exactly that they would like basically handbrake turn into me, wheel locked me, and then chain masked me as well to like basically lock the mask. And the sail was like fucked, so I had to only just go into like the rock, and then just boom, boom. Yeah, guy came over as well with fire bombs, just started firebombing the ship.
Yep. I love being that guy as well. That's my favorite position, getting fired at the ship and just firebombing the crap out of it.
Well, that's the thing. They were like, they didn't have to fire; they just swam over.
Yeah.
Loaded themselves up with as many fire bombs and bludgeon bombs as they could. Came over and just poof, 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 just firebombing the shit out of it. I was just like, this was a pro piracy right here.
Another one as well, getting chased down by someone, having them directly behind you, just sneakily dropping into the sea, and then emerging just to bomb them with a few things so they can hopefully get distracted enough to leave you the fuck alone.
Oh, yeah,
or climbing up their ladder as you go by.
Yeah, because if you're in the trail, you can jump off, and then hopefully, like, when they come past you, grab their ladder.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get on there and start, like, drop the anchor, set fire
like
to the place.
SAS.
Yeah.
Like some Navy SEAL shit.
It's a good fucking game. That's what I mean. Like, it is definitely based on. It's not digging up a chest. Sure, that's cool, whatever. But like, that's not the point of the game, really. It's
the variety of the missions are pretty good. I think.
It's definitely improved. Yeah.
I went off and I, was catching some pigs in a cage, and that was fun. And
feeding pigs,
delivering
bananas.
some stuff.
That's good.
And I got a rowboat because you need a rowboat for the merchant stuff. It makes it a lot easier. So it was good. It's a real good game, and I'm saying that from the privilege of coming into it 4 years on. And
as a day one pirate, what I can say is you should have been there, man. You're already a half pirate.
When I was playing with you and Krusty, all I got for 30 minutes was back in my day.
We're playing that somewhat ironically.
You're not going to be a. If you're a legend now, Marcus, you're what we call a bitch legend. It's hard. It was harder back in our day, and I'm just like, oh, like boomer pirates.
Yeah, while we were playing that for laughs, it is so like there is a lot to do. When we started, there was like fuck all. I remember the first time I ever got on that game. My ship hadn't spawned. It turns out I didn't know because I didn't know there was meant to be a ship waiting for me at the airport. So I was on an island, and then I just swam to the next nearest thing I saw, which was like it was at a fort, one of the watchtowers, and I just climbed up and just got murdered by some skeletons. I was like, okay, I guess that's this game. Yeah.
Cool. I guess this is the game. Pirates.
Yeah, there was like nothing really going on. Eventually they added like megalodons, and that was like, ooh, big new thing. And before that was just digging up chests.
That's sort of like going hunting with Marek and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Do Tall Tales give you anything, or are they just adventures?
They are just adventures. I think when you do them all, there's like something called the Gold Coasts. Which you can get like a pirate curse, which turns you kind of part gold, or it's really at random as well. So like everyone like who gets this doesn't have the same part of their body kind of showing as gold. But I don't think I've not got that because I've not done all the things.
Weird.
But
cool.
They did one where I got like a lava curse thing, so like craggly and glowing and stuff. Yeah, maybe that. Yeah. Problem is with that, most of the time you don't want to be seen. And this just makes you glow, so yeah, it's not particularly useful. All right. Next week, by the way.
Hello.
Saturday for gaming. Are you up for a gaming on a Saturday?
That sounds good. Sea of Thieves is out, right? The new season.
I think so. Yeah, because you say it comes out on the 21st, right?
Yep.
So indeed. So I'm up for maybe a bit of Sea of Thieves in. We're hoping to do a bit of a like a giveaway on the channel, like on the thing, so to try and suck a few more suckers in, like with that sweet
get
prize.
in there like a kraken's tentacle to sucker you in.
So yeah, we'll probably be doing something like that, big giveaway, and yeah, hopefully we'll try and get like Krusty aboard. See what's about anyway.
Cool. I nearly last night when we were last night when we were streaming TMNT. I had Eric in the kitchen making Father's Day cakes and a child over just chilling, making a cake for their dad for Father's Day. That they come over on Saturdays just to look after them. And when I was in the thing and we were about to finish, and Josh, we were talking about Pride or something, and I said, "You know what you can do for Pride, Josh? Shut the fuck up, you straight!" Right, quite loudly, to the point where I didn't know that the child was drinking at the time, heard it, and nearly choked. And I was just like, had to like pretty much spit take what they were drinking. I was like, yeah, I achieved.
Job done.
I achieved a mistake.
Got to berate a breeder and also choke a child. Best.
Choke a child. Choke a queer child. I was like, yeah, you know what? Shut the fuck up, straights.
All right.
We love straights. I love straights. Just so you know. No, you're all good, but it was funny in the time.
I'm wrongly of the perception, probably, but that everyone's a little bit gay. So, there is no straights. There's just slightly less curved.
Yeah, but then you get the gross River Chromo line from Pink Triangle, which is, if everyone's a little queer, why can't you be a little straight? Oh no, she's a lesbian. I thought I found the one. Pink Triangle. It's really bad. It's like a really problematic song now with real bad lyrics, but still a banger.
All right, this has been gaming, whatever. Thank you for joining us for brunch.
Not gaming, whatever. This has been the Untitled Gaming Podcast with me, Marcus Gill, and my friend over there, Callie John.
Callie John.
Forgot his name.
Like I forgot the name of the podcast.
Forgot the name of the podcast. But yeah,
he's been booted up to make content, and we're not really friends outside of this. So see you later.
Come back on Sundays where we talk shit and brunch, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hurrah! Were you watching this on your phone or anything?